Je m'appelle David Gagnon, je viens d'Ottawa, Canada, et je suis mormon.
Меня зовут Татьяна, я приехала из России, я мормон.
Most of the scholarship on Mormonism to date has focused on Mormonism in the United States. All that's good, but there's something major that this focus on Mormonism in the US has really overlooked.
Things change when you go outside the United States. Things change when you go to a different culture.
A lot of people think Utah when they think Mormonism. Everything is sort of described in terms of middle-class white American families, and that is not the profile of the church anymore.
More Mormons now live outside the United States. Increasingly, over the course of the last century, Mormonism has become a global religion.
We have many scholars in the United States who've been studying Mormonism, both LDS members and those who are not, because it's such a fascinating and important American religion. We have far fewer experts on the very important mission work and the consequences of Mormon presence around the world.
The fact that we don't know much about Mormonism as a culture, the LDS Church as an institution, Mormons as a people, I think suggests that this really is a good time to build on what we have learned and expand the scope of Mormon studies.
I think it's high time for a Global Mormon Studies Center. Increasingly, with the growth of the internet, with the growth of global travel and mobility, there are Mormons from other parts of the world who are also beginning to influence Mormonism back home.
The next step is to try and put those pieces together in some kind of coherent framework or set of frameworks that allow us to think about Mormonism as a global phenomenon.
Claremont has a long history as an important place to study religion in general, and to do it from a variety of perspectives.
Claremont Graduate University has been a pioneer in Mormon studies and has a robust program training graduate students both at the master's level and at the doctoral level.
Establishing the Howard W. Hunter Chair in Mormon Studies was a huge leap forward for the university and just for Mormon studies in general.
CGU has a great advantage. Los Angeles is one of the world's cosmopolitan cities. So you have right around you representatives of world cultures.
It's trans-Pacific, it's transcontinental, it has the kind of transportation and intellectual intersections that will allow a center like this to draw people.
Southern California is a portal and a gateway both to Latin America to the south, but then to the Asia-Pacific region as we go to the west and across the ocean.
Ang ako ang ngalan, Ezekiel Encargues Dinges. Ako gikan sa Cebu, Philippines. Ako ang usa ka Mormon.
Orúkọ mi ni Olúwatóyìn láti Nàìjíríà, ọmọ ìjọ Mọ́mọ́nì ni mí.
Me llamo Araceli, soy de México y soy mormona.
Je m'appelle Sabrina, je viens de Angers en France et je suis mormone.
In an era of globalization, if you're not international or global, you're not addressing the major questions we face.
I think of the work that Richard Bushman did in cultivating young scholars around his biography of Joseph Smith. A center like this that reorients that younger generation of scholars toward the global church has the potential to have the same kind of impact.
One of the challenges that we've had is that it's very difficult for an individual researcher to be able to cover Mormonism in all of its global variety.
You want to have a place where you can bring people so that they can exchange ideas and give presentations to one another, where classes can be held.
You could bring in people in anthropology, people in political science, in history, in religious studies.
I think you have to do ethnographic studies. You have to go on the scene like anthropologists do and record how things work, the relationships that are set up, the tensions that build up.
Comparative studies, transnational studies, looking at culture, the relationship between culture and religious faith.
These are all different things that a center can do that an individual scholar or even a group of scholars can't do. Up to this point, virtually all Mormon scholarship has been in English. One of the goals of the center is for us to put all of our materials in translation. So it's essential to have an institutional base where scholars from around the world, if they want to understand Mormonism, they can come to the Center for Global Mormon Studies and find things in their own language.
The international academic community gains a great deal from understanding Mormonism and studying it. It understands the power of faith to organize and order people's individual lives and entire communities.
It's absolutely time for a Center for Global Mormon Studies. If we want to understand religion in the modern world, we have to understand how dynamic it is all around the world, not just in the United States.